Hey everyone, Christina Del Rey here with your yearly forecast for the year 2021. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share, please. Enjoy. Hello Gemini, welcome to your yearly forecast for 2021. So at the beginning of the year on January 7th, we have Mars moving into Taurus. So Mars has been in a part of the sky for you that has to do with groups, hopes, wishes, and dreams, and how you present yourself to the public. And it has been in there for a really long time. We had a lot of lessons there, and now you're going to take those lessons and you're going to apply them into Taurus, which is your spiritual foundation. This has to do with behind the scenes work. This has to do with your spiritual connection. This also has to do with institutions or helping, or people who are maybe locked behind doors or, locked up somewhere where they don't want to be. So you're taking whatever lessons that you learned and you're applying it to this area. And this is also the area of karma as well, karmic endings in particular. And Uranus has been there for a while, kind of shaking things up. This is great, like if you work, if you have a spiritual practice, this is a great configuration here to, get things moving. Just, always be careful when you have planets in the 12th house that you don't undo yourself. So self-sabotage is, especially when you're not really spiritually aware, self-sabotage can be a definite thing here. Learn some new truths about how you assert yourself, and you're taking that into that spiritual realm with you. And also this could be like this might be a decent time for counseling as well if you needed to go, because this area does deal with the subconscious, and if you need work on your subconscious, this might be a time to kind of be active and, find how you are going to apply the truths that you learned last year. Okay, so Uranus is going to square that same part of the sky. He's going to square Saturn. Now Saturn moved into, in December, he moved into your 9th house, which I know you're so happy about. Because he's making, you're feeling the blessings of the joint finances. You worked very hard. You were restricted in that area for a while. And, even, Saturn in the 8th house has to do with, spiritual gifts as well. So maybe you were working hard at that. Or, maybe you were looking at traumas that you had suffered. So, I know you're relieved that it's out of there. It's not restricting you anymore. And if you did the work, you got, you're gaining the rewards. And Saturn with Jupiter in the 9th house is also bringing us another opportunity. So this is an opportunity to do something with higher education, with law, or new philosophies, possibly even to teach here. So Uranus is going to square Saturn. So this is going to be interesting because it's almost like you have to take on more responsibility in order to be free. And so, it's almost like you have to learn so that you can make the most of your spiritual connections, or make the most of what is going on in the behind the scenes area of your life. So Uranus in the 12th house too, is, Uranus is always technology. So there could be some kind of relationship between technology and education, or technology and law, or technology and spirit. Something could be, conflicting there. And maybe you can't travel like you want to for some reason, so you have to use the technology, and everybody pretty much is doing that right now anyway. But it's almost like maybe, I don't know, There's something here that it's almost like um, you have to adult in this area of life for some reason, and the more you do that, the better it's going to be for you spiritually and mentally as well. Those squares happen February 17th, June 14th, and December 24th, 2021. I was thinking maybe some of you will like go for your doctorate or something. I see, because Jupiter is going to move into that Pisces area come May, just for a little while. So just looking at this, I'm thinking maybe somebody out there is getting their doctorate or they're going for a higher degree, but something's up there. When Jupiter does move into Pisces, and that happens from May 13th to July 28th, and then it's not going to move back until almost 2022. So you get a little glimpse of what's to come. But when Jupiter moves into that career area for you, that brings all kinds of blessings. So now that, like I said, you're only going to get a taste of that, like May 13th to July 28th, and then again, like next year. But pay attention to what's going on there, because there could be blessings, there could be healings there. Jupiter in Pisces is healing. So, and blessings, and this only happens once every 12 years. So you want to make sure that you maximize the blessings. If you are, particularly if you are Gemini rising, you want to make sure that, because this is going to expand your career or expand your reputation in some way. So you just want to make sure that you are paying attention to that, because then you will see it again in 2022, and then you'll understand it more. So it definitely has to do, like, with philosophies, and this could incorporate money too. So, be diligent about this. Whatever Saturn is calling you to adult on in that ninth house, and make sure that you are being responsible. That will pay off for you down the road. So we have your ruler retrograding in air signs this year, which I think is going to be beneficial for you, because you really don't like it when Mercury's in water signs like they were this year. Too emotional for you. You like that quick thinking, fast energy, that independent energy. So the first Mercury retrograde is going to be January 30th to February 20th in Aquarius. So again, that ninth house area of education, law, philosophy, travel. So you're feeling restricted, but you're working really hard. And you might, Mercury retrograde for some reason, it's the ruler of Gemini and Virgo, and I feel like Geminis and Virgos always feel like the worst. So just expect some, delays there. It's always fun, right? May 29th to June 22nd. Oh, and I should mention too that when Mercury goes retrograde, you're reviewing ideas. So you're reviewing your travel, you're reviewing your ideas, you're reviewing your philosophies. Okay, so May 29th to June 22nd, it is in your sign retrograde. So it's going to be how people see you. You're rethinking your image. You're rethinking your body. You're rethinking, how you present yourself to the world. So this could be, you're rethinking this, and maybe you're going to have like a new reveal. Let's see. So September 26th to October 18th, it's going to be retrograde. Mercury will be retrograde in the fifth house. Fifth house has to do with romantic relationships. It has to do with your creative projects and your children. So Mercury retrograde here for you might be, rethinking about the values that you have in your relationship, what you value with your children, how you spend your time with them, what kind of, thought, being more mindful of the thoughts and the words you're using with children or your creative projects, or even with your relationships. And Mercury's retrograding in air signs, so this is really going to be about freedom and expressing yourself the way you want to express yourself, maybe in a different way than you ever have before. So pay attention to that when that comes around. And we're going to talk about eclipses. So where are the eclipses going to be for you? Well, we're going to kind of continue where they were this year. So you do have one more in your sign, and then you're done for like the next 19 years. You won't have them in your sign anymore. So this was like a huge revolution for you, right? It's always an intense time when the eclipses are in your sign. It's always major. May 20, or I should talk about what an eclipse is first. So an eclipse is a reset, it's a shakeup, it's a point of crisis or culmination to push you out of your comfort zone and to push you into the future, because you wouldn't go otherwise, because you're comfortable where you are. You're just, you're sitting and talking and you're fine, and the universe says, nope, you got to level up. So it pushes you to level up. So May 26th, you have a lunar eclipse in your house of relationships. So this is a culmination of some kind. So maybe some of you are getting married, or maybe some of you are breaking up. This could go either way. But this is definitely a culmination. And if you've been doing hard work in a relationship and you're in the right relationship, this is likely to be a time where that there's a reward there for that, or there's like some kind of high point there, a culmination. And June 10th, there's a solar eclipse in Gemini. So this is the last one for you. You're good after this. But this is actually a nice one because it's a new beginning, and it's happening on your body or on how people are viewing you. Like I said earlier, that you're going to be rethinking about how people perceive you or how people see you. So maybe this is like a new reveal. Maybe you look differently to people, or maybe you communicate differently to people, but something here is different. November 19th, there's a lunar eclipse in Taurus, and this is the only eclipse we have in an earth sign this year. So for you, this is happening in your spiritual house, in the house of your connection to spirit, your connection to karma and karmic endings. And it also has to do with any behind the scenes work that you are doing. So that's a combination. Maybe there's a reward for that, or like a wrapping up of this energy. And December 4th, there is a solar eclipse in Sagittarius. So this is a brand new beginning. And this is happening in a part of the chart for you that has to do with solar eclipses. So maybe, relationships. So maybe there's a new relationship for you, or a new cycle on a relationship that, if you're in the right relationship, you can start a whole new cycle. So exciting times for you. It's really going to be about relationships and how others are seeing you, or how you're appearing to others. And lastly, we have Venus going retrograde in Capricorn. And we're going to review our relationships. We're going to review our values, our self-esteem. And for you, this isn't a part of the chart that has to do with joint finances. So maybe you're looking at, how much do I really want to join my finances with my significant other? Should I do that? Should I not do that? Do I want to commingle money? Do I not? So this is going to be, an area of review for you. All right. It will be a great year, Gemini.